Hey guys, Shalana here. Welcome to the Binge Zone. On today's video, we're talking about Lost in Space Season 3 and the ending because that ending leaves it open to possibilities way beyond the scope of what we've been watching because now they've introduced aliens and space exploration on a whole other level. But before we dive too deep into that ending, guys, let's talk about the season as a whole because quite a few things were revealed to us, quite a few answers from Season 2. Like Dr. Smith, for one, surviving the Season 2 finale. So let's dive into Season 3 of Lost in Space. Lost in Space Season 3 starts off approximately 1 year after the ending of Lost in Space Season 2. And we see that the kids have settled on this planet. Judy's biological father has been revealed. And at this time, Dr. Smith has also been revealed to have been living with the kids as their French teacher. And the kids, all 97 of them, have survived thus far, creating some sort of makeshift colony. Now, on the flip side, the adults that survived the destruction of the Resolute are living on a colony made of makeshift Jupiters around the star because they need the electromagnetic interference from the star to keep the robots at bay. And we see that SAR is still around, and him and his robots from the end of Season 2 are still around, and they're still looking for Will Robinson. So we see the adults fight for survival while the kids themselves are finding a way off planet. And while they're finding a way off planet, the planet that they've been stranded on is the home planet of the robots. This is where this alien race creature things created the robots, and they seem to have gone extinct, and all the robots are scattered. So it's kind of like the robots' actual birth worlds. And it's interesting because we get a glimpse as to how they communicate with the humming, and Will takes note of this. But the season goes off from there, and the kids, along with Grant Kelly, then leave the planet and make their way to the Jupiters to save their parents from SAR and his robots because they have found the adults. And Will's robot wants to go there and avenge his friend Scarecrow because Scarecrow also survived, and SAR killed Scarecrow for helping the humans. And his entire plan all along has been to kill all humans. And now we start to ask ourselves, what is the beef between SAR and humans? And we come to find out that SAR himself, the robot, is a revolutionary of sorts, a revolutionary fighter. His goal is to remove and destroy all masters. And once Will confronts SAR about what's happening, SAR reveals that his people, his creators, did not go extinct. SAR and his robots killed them. The planet that we saw Grant Kelly's ship, the Fortuna, hovering over, and the moon that we saw destroyed that had the whole asteroid field, it was created by the robot's engine. Because remember, the robot's engine opens a portal through space, kind of rips the fabric of space open, and you can jump from one point of space to another. And you're supposed to only open it in space, but when you open it on a planet, that type of energy ripping through the planet, ripping the space of whatever planet you're on, is definitely going to destroy the entire planet in its entirety. So SAR admits to Will that it was he who slaughtered all his creators. And the reason they've been after Will Robinson for 2 seasons now, the crux of it all is SAR believes that Will has reprogrammed the robot. And SAR's whole thing is robots should be independent of any programming. And because he sees Will as a programmer, SAR wants to eliminate him because he wants to break the shackles of programming, essentially an allegory for slavery and freedom. And he wants to kill all masters, kind of like Nat Turner in the sense of like a radical revolution. While Robot, on the other hand, Will's robot, is saying that they can coexist with humans. Will is not his master, but his friend, and he helps Will out of his own free will. Will is like the personification of free will, which is interesting because they put the physical manifestation of what makes a human, our free will, in the character Will, which is pretty cool. And what really puts SAR on the humans' radar is the fact that when Scarecrow crash landed on Earth, we took him and we used him to power our engines and bring us to Alpha Centauri. So we have since enslaved Scarecrow, and in Season 2, they were looking to enslave Will's robot. Hastings was looking to do the same thing to Will's robot. So that's why SAR has a vendetta against humans. So when the rest of the humans escape into Alpha Centauri, the Robinsons don't go because they want to cut SAR off. But eventually everyone makes it to Alpha Centauri, and we finally get there. After 3 seasons of searching, the Robinsons have finally made it into Alpha Centauri, but it's short-lived because we know wherever the Robinsons go, there's danger. And SAR has found the location of Alpha Centauri, and he's preparing for one big final battle. Now, the crux of this entire season, or the show as a whole, has always been the fact that the Robinsons trust each other, they love each other, and their family. It's always about familial bond. That has always been the one through line throughout all 3 seasons. And essentially, that is what ends up saving the day. It's when they accept Robot as one of their own, when Will sacrificed himself to save everyone else. Robot sees that SAR, there's no reaching SAR. There's no humanity in him, so to speak. There's no heart. He does not want to coexist. He just wants to kill. That's when Robot sacrifices himself and merges with Will Robinson in a way that he is a part of Will's heart. And when SAR tries to kill Will again, the robot infiltrates SAR and essentially takes him over and reprograms SAR by downloading his own programming from his heart into SAR's mainframe and becoming SAR. So essentially, the consciousness of SAR has been totally overwhelmed and consumed by Will's robot. And once Will's robot does that, all the other robots decide to do whatever they want with their lives. It's as though you freed a pack of slaves, and the possibilities are endless. Some of them stay and help humans. Others travel the universe looking for their own place, trying to find their own meaning to life, trying to find their own family, their own loved ones, trying to find meaning to their existence. Essentially, they have the free will to do whatever they want. And it's through the love and sacrifice of Will Robinson. It's through the love and sacrifice of all the Robinsons, Dawn, and Dr. Smith, surprisingly, who was changed by Robot coming here. Because remember, in the first season, the Robinsons were not that close. Dr. Smith was a full-on bad guy, and Dawn just didn't care. It's when Robot came into the picture, Robot became the one beacon that brought the Robinsons together. And he's always been doing this throughout the seasons, bringing them together, saving them all. Whether it's the family, whether it's Dr. Smith, whether it's Dawn, Robot has always been there as though he is the gravitational pull or the heart of this show. While it looks like Will may have been the heart throughout the other seasons, it's actually Robot. He's the one that brought everyone together. It's because of his interference sending the kids with the Fortuna that Judy was also able to meet Grant Kelly, meeting her father for the first time. So Robot has always been the heart and soul of this series, and Will Robinson represents free will, the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want. And that is the crux of Lost in Space Season 3. And the ending of Lost in Space leaves a lot to be desired, because while Lost in Space as a series is over, they can't spin the story off. Will Robinson and Robot traversing the entire universe looking for alien life, finding alien life, and exploring is a story that we all love to watch, because the universe is now filled with robots everywhere. They have the robot engine, so they can pretty much warp anywhere. So the possibilities are endless, it's boundless, and they can pretty much go wherever, whenever they want. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on Lost in Space Season 3. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, binge on.